When I tell you we started right where we left off, we left. Candace had her foot in Quita's ass, and when we came back, she had her foot in Quita's ass and her elbow on her neck. I said, let's get it, honey. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. This is my review for Have and Have Not Season 6, Episode 7. Like I said, Candace was giving Quita Maxwell one old good downtown locked up on Ross Street good old ass whooping. She just was kicking her ass good fashion. Dragging her all over the floor and banging her little taste. That's what she get. And they went and they broke them all up and all of this kind of carrying on. And then they end up taking Candace out. And the DA is there. That little DA, he is really on my nerves. I'm like, this little Asian man, I just want to smack him in one of his eyes. He's just a hot mess. But they get him down, get Candace down there, and he gets to threatening her and telling her, we got this bracelet and all of this, and it got DNA on it. Whose DNA do you think is going to be on there? She's like, I don't give a shit. I don't know what you're talking about. Mufu Gundu Dulu. Get on out of here, honey. I said, girl, she's so here, child. She just ain't even trying to participate. Then they go and start talking to her about Jeffrey, and she's like, what about Jeffrey? Jeffrey's not going to, I don't know what you're talking about. Jeffrey ain't did nothing. I ain't did nothing. Then it started leaning to this whole thing where she stopped saying Jeffrey didn't do anything and she started taking it for herself. Next thing I know, they tell her, well, something happened and your charge has been dropped, so you can leave. But, yeah. How'd that happen? Where'd your charges all go to and all of this kind of carrying on? She's like, whatever. They said, we're doing your paperwork. They go and they get Jeffrey, brings him in the room with her. So, of course, she shit to tell Jeffrey, shut your goddamn mouth with your talking, whining, crying ass. And told him, I'm handling things. You know me. And he told her, he said, I better not find out that you and my mother are working together. How is it that you ain't get in jail? Like, you're never going to jail. You let me find out that you and my mother's are working together, because I'm going to, then maybe I'll talk. She said, you better keep your goddamn mouth shut. I said, okay. Jeffrey's getting on my nerves, too. Jeffrey ain't working this right, because I would be down there carrying on terrible. If I was screwing old Officer Crazy, baby, I'd be down there running the damn jailhouse, honey. Please. It would be a whole different program, baby. I'd be rolling through there, honey, giving people. What am I supposed to be doing? No, I don't want to do that. Child, please. You better use what you got to get what you want, Jeffrey. Stupid. Anyway, as Candace is leaving, she runs into David. And David tells her, I know what's going on. I know that you killed Quincy and you try to drag my son into it. You need to turn yourself in. He hurt that boy trying to help you, and you just ain't got no type of conscience. She was like, what? What are you talking about? Don't know what you're talking about. Then she said, do you know who Oscar is? He's like, Oscar, who's that? He would say, you know Oscar, bastard, the one that you hired to take my money. He said, so your son's in jail, right? And you had my money all taken away. Payback's a bitch. Honey, and they was just having some words back and forth. She gave him whatever, honey, and she went on out of there. I said, okay, that you better watch. David's kind of treacherous. I don't know if you want to play with him like that, but anyway. Then there was this whole queen exchange between Adeline with her ugly ass and Landon. Baby, they got to going back and forth, and she gonna come in there. And it's a mess when people try to set up and try to down you for your shit, but they don't want you to talk about their shit. That bitch went in there and was trying to talk shit to Landon about him liking Charles. And he's like, look, I don't like him. I don't care what you say. And I don't want to hear this shit no more. You need to shut up. And she gonna keep going. He said, well, what about you when you was fucking that married senator, bitch? She gonna say, no, you didn't. He said, yes, I did, bitch. Yes, I did. She said, well, what about you? You're trying to screw the future president. He said, that's okay. But you were fucking a married senator. And you lost yourself in it. And you didn't do real well with it, did you? She gonna say, well, maybe we just shouldn't be friends. He said, maybe we shouldn't. And she stormed on out of there. When she was to go around the door, you're gonna say, bitch. I said, oh, Layla. I said, these two whores, they both ain't shit, neither one of them. And they argue, no, your ain't shit is not as good as my ain't shit. Child, ain't neither one of you whores nothing, honey. Stupid. I said, y'all got these old jobs, honey, and y'all run around screw a married man, honey, and you still working? Dumb bitch. Anyway, moving on. Hannah's sitting down with Derek, finally having this coffee, and then he finally talked her into going to dinner. I ain't sitting there taking up a whole bunch of time on this. He got her. And you know how Hannah is. She going to play church for a while, but he going to stick it right up in her, honey. I said, Miss Hannah, I'm on to you, honey. You old sanctified whore. So, I'll be watching you, Hannah. I got my one good eye on you, bitch. Anyway, so Oscar runs into Quita on her way out of the jail and tells her, he said, you get over here. She's like, he said, I bailed you out. She gonna say, well, where you want to do this at? He's like, I don't want no goddamn old crackish pussy from you. He told her, I'm going to give you some money. I need some information from you. She's like, oh, okay. She looked at the money. She will say, all right, well, I'll do you for this $500. He said, didn't I tell you I don't want none of that crackish pussy? Get on. I just need this information from you. So he's asking her about Wyatt and his card and all that. He said, give me the information, and if you don't, I'm going to have those two cops over there take your ass right on back up in there. She going to say, oh, man, and she's so cracking. She all tweaking and carrying on. I said, crackhead bitch. Just a mess. So he told her, I'll be in touch. She going to say, you sure you don't want? He said, I don't want that Cracker Jack box coochie. I mean, I'll get on out of here. Then we see him talk to this other little black cop. That cop is dirty. So they working together. Later on, we see him do this whole shit. I say, here we go with the Tyler Perry shit. Wyatt calls wanting to get everything taken care of, about his card and all that. So they're going to use that to bring Wyatt down to the police station to get they end up getting his cell phone off of him and getting all his bank information out. He will write it down. I said, Tyler, this is some bullshit. You did all this. You dealing with a dirty cop right up front. The dirty cop takes Wyatt in the interrogation room, gives him information. Wyatt's dumb enough to write down his bank information. He is dumb enough to do that. But then he tells you, give him his phone, your cell phone, and the cop takes the cell phone and gives it to Oscar. Now, he ain't come back with Wyatt's cell phone. So, Tyler, bitch, what we supposed to think happened to the cell phone? Wyatt ain't asked for a cell phone back? We stupid, huh? Moving on. I refuse to even talk about that anymore because that's just stupid. Moving on. I wish somebody would hurry up and just kill Wyatt, and then we won't have that problem anymore. Send him right where his dead-ass sister is. The both of them are aggravating. Anyway, moving on. Veronica and David. David calls Veronica, gets on the phone, and he said, we got to do something about our son. She will say, like what? That girl was going to testify against me, so I got her first. He said, what girl? What are you talking about? She going to say, your son. I said, oh! I said, that bitch, she's let Jeffrey have it. She said, he wants to be a girl, so he should be down there with the boys. I said, well, I mean, you got a point, bitch, and with your old cougar ass, you all run around trying to get some of Benny's dick anyway. She a mess. So, Then she gets out telling David, what was it you that had me run off the road, you bastard? He gonna say, I don't even know what you're talking about. It was either you or Jim that did. I said, child, you don't even know, honey. It's that one you keep on talking that shit to that had you done up, honey. Then she said, where's that whore at? Talking about Erica. And she said, I'm going to have her sent to you in a bag with a bunch of little pieces. He said, you don't put your hands on her. I said, anybody think about Erica? And speaking of, is she pregnant? Is she pregnant? I said, look like one of them, either her or Candace. You know, Candace gets pregnant every other season. So I'm looking at her and the way they got her dressed. I said, she looked like she's pregnant. I'm talking about in real life, the actress. But yeah, she looked a little pregnant. Good for her. You know, in real life, this is a sad note. In real life, you know, she actually deals with Benny. Not Benny, I'm sorry, with Mitch in real life. Miss Erica, you tried it. And then you run around here. I think you done fucked around and got pregnant, Miss Erica. I'm about to come see you, honey. But anyway, yeah, good for her. I'm just joking. Good for them. But I think she's pregnant. I really do. But anyway, moving on. So we got all that going on. She at the house. Veronica's threatening her life, Lord knows. Later on, didn't Candace go and see her baby and went straight to David's house and she said, why are you here? She gonna say, did I tell you to ask me any questions? You want me to hit you? You want me to smack you? I said, girl, if you in this pimp act, it's too much. Too much, honey. She told her, I want you to slow down. You got some time. Don't go too fast. Because I don't just want the money. I want everything. I want all his information. I want to know about his mammy and his daddy and everybody else, all his cousins. And I want all his account numbers and his life insurance policy. I said, oh, Candace. And she's like, I want everything. I'm going to take him down. She's like, okay. All right. That's a girl. Beautiful whore. A mess. Let's talk about Mitch and Benny. This part got on my nerves. Mitch and Benny go on down to see Uncle Vin. Benny went to see Vinny, okay? And he looks at Mitch and looks over there at Benny and he's like, he got all this money on the table at this restaurant. He gonna say, no, I ain't dealing with him. He gonna say, Vin, why not? He gonna say it's because he's black. He gonna say, yeah, you know. I said, child, now come on now with the racist shit. He's like, And you know, they keep reminding us that Mitch's family do not like black people at all. Prejudice as hell. I said, funny. I said, in that little lily white town y'all live in, the funny part is, guess what Jim Cryer and those families looks at y'all and say, another nigga. Anyway, I'm just saying. So, anyhow, he said he wasn't going to give him the money. Candace name comes up. Mitch says, that's Candace's brother. And he's like, oh, that's Candace's brother? Oh, yeah, we owe her one. Okay, well, I'll do it. Now, I'm looking at Benny, and I'm waiting at this point for Benny to say, I don't even want your goddamn money. But you know, Benny ain't got no type of scruples. None. You see how Benny took his stinking ass in there and fucked Melissa just as nice up in there in Jeffrey's bed while he was supposed to be there getting some clothes for Veronica and you in there fucking her daughter-in-law because you're nasty, Benny. You ain't got no scruples about yourself. Neither one of them Hannah's kids do. So, and you wonder why I think that Hannah was an old hoe back in the day. Because her kids ain't shit, neither one of them. Just trifling. Anyway, moving on. So, he takes the money. No scruple having ass. Takes the money, and the man threatens, to break his kneecaps if he don't give him. He got to pay back 25%. I said, stupid. Anyway, so he goes through all of that. Gets a phone call from that damn Veronica. Has to go over there. He goes over to the house. Child, when he gets over there to the house, Lord have mercy. That, the best thing in this thing going now is the battle between Veronica and Melissa, because Melissa don't give a damn no more about what Veronica is saying. Veronica said something to her and said, little girl, so forth and so on and so on. She's like, whatever. Bitch, go ahead. Bitch. And I mean, they just be going back and forth. I'm like, oh my God. Veronica grabbed her by her wrist. She gonna say, ouch. She gonna say, you better be glad. She said, I know that I'm carrying this baby. I said, oh. She is horrible. Horrible. Then when Betty showed up, she gonna say, oh, hey, Benny. I said, no, you don't want no more of it, honey. He only gave you the tip. She said, hey, Benny. She leaning all over the Veronica said, sit down. They end up going upstairs, her and Benny, going upstairs. Child, before you know anything much, she get to making Benny take his clothes off. Then you know how she do. You know, Veronica likes to suck Benny off. How it is up there getting down. In that time, Melissa's downstairs. That doggone David shows up. David comes in, and she's like, oh, hi. And he's like, where's Veronica? She said, I said hi. He's like, okay, hi, Melissa. I said, y'all, she better not try to fuck David. Now, you going too far. I'd have did it. But you going too far, bitch. But anyway, so Dave was like, where's Veronica? She gonna say upstairs in her bedroom. Come on, let me show you where it's at. Went up there, took a credit card, popped the lock, how do you open the door? And open the door, baby. Benny was in there firing that goddamn Veronica's cuckoo up, honey. And child Veronica was, oh. I said, she ain't even care. And he was like, Veronica. Child, she looked over there like, what? I said, bitch, she is too much, honey. And that damn Benny looked over there. I said, you keep getting caught fucking people in this house. You're not going to be allowed to this house no more, Benny. So I said, this is just too much. And they ended right there with that. But let me go and I got a couple things that I got to tell y'all about, a couple other little things. Jim Cryer got all that evidence that he wanted back from that dumbass Sarah broad. And she said, are we done now? He going to say, go home, whore. Go home. I said, no, he ain't dismissing her like she a red-nosed pit bull. Go home. And then I'll call you later. You might want some of that coochie. I said, that's a mess. She wouldn't walk her dumbass on out of there. And then we got Landon and Charles. I'm real sick of that. I am really sick of that because I'm going to go out there on a limb and say, Charles don't need to be the president of shit. Because if he can't see through the fact that Landon wants to gulp his bird, honey, then I can't. I just can't with him. Landon was down there trying to take his shoes off. He said, I could do that for myself. I'm fine. He said, I need you to help me with my kids and make sure that the media don't drive my kids crazy. He told me I can help you with that and anything else you want. I said, and all of this stuff. And we're supposed to believe Charles don't never pick up on none of these advances that Landon's making. Landon, you creepy as hell. You're creepy and don't nobody like you because nobody likes a creepy dick sucker. Now get somewhere and sit down. Anyway, but I can't take it. Next week, we're going to get to see some more about that Veronica and that Benny. Benny going to make David killing. That's all I got to say. Benny is going to make David killing. Screwing the daughter-in-law. Screwing the wife. Baby, when he fucks Jeffrey, that's what it's going to be all over with. You know what? It's just too much. Benny, you better keep your dick out of Jeffrey. It's going to really cost you.